Good day everyone. For our presentation, we chose the series Emily in Paris. The story follows Emily Cooper, a young marketing executive who relocates to Paris to pursue new career opportunities. Portrayed by Lily Collins, Emily is ambitious, confident, and creative, often suggesting innovative marketing ideas. However, her ideas are not always well received by her French colleagues, who view her approach as too American and inexperienced. Throughout the series, Emily struggles with cultural differences, language barriers, and workplace challenges, which test her confidence and determination. Despite facing rejection and self-doubt, she continues to push herself and remains committed to proving her abilities. With persistence, resilience, and support from others, Emily gradually earns recognition and begins to establish herself as a successful marketing professional in Season 1. In the scene between Emily, Julian, and Luke, Emily tries to share her ideas but is repeatedly interrupted by her male colleague. This shows how men often control the conversation in workplace settings, limiting women's opportunities to speak. These interruptions reflect power dynamics in the organization. By dominating the floor, Julian and Luke position themselves as leaders, while Emily is placed in a less powerful role. Her ideas receive less attention, not because they are weak, but because she is not given enough space to speak. This highlights how communication practice can reinforce gender inequality, where men maintain authority through conversational dominance, and women struggle to gain equal influence in decision-making. In Emily in Paris, minimal responses can be seen in the conversation between Emily and Gabriel. When Gabriel says, "That's a pretty miserable goal," Emily replies, "Exactly," showing agreement and emotional support. Later, when he says, "There's just one problem," Emily responds, "What's that?" encouraging him to continue speaking. These responses show how women often use minimal responses to maintain interaction and support the speaker, rather than control the conversation. Emily's role is more about listening and encouraging, while Gabrielle leads the discussion. This reflects a common gender pattern in communication, where men often take the dominant speaking role and women use supportive language to sustain the conversation, and reinforcing unequal power dynamics in social and professional settings.
Hi, my name is FARHANAH binti MISHAN and my metric number is L2480481. Let's moving on to hedging in communication. Hedging refers to words or phrases used to soften a statement. People use hedging to sound more polite, avoid conflict, and reduce the risk of sounding rude. Common hedging words include maybe, you know, I think. An example can be seen in Emily in Paris, episode 1 at minute 23:25. Luke says, "You know, we are a little afraid of you," and maybe they are better. The phrases, you know and maybe are hedging expressions. Luke uses hedging to soften his words because he is giving a potentially negative opinion about Emily's idea. This helps him avoid sounding harsh or offensive. This scene also shows workplace power dynamics. Although Emily is new and has a lower position, her creative ideas give her influence. Luke hedging suggests uncertainty and shows that power can come from performance and ideas, not only from position or gender. Next, I will explain the use of compliments in communication. A compliment is a polite expression of praise and admiration. It is used to show appreciation and to recognize someone's effort or ability. Compliments help create positive feelings and strengthen social relationships. In general, compliments are more common among people who know each other well. Studies also show that women tend to give and receive compliments more frequently than men. An example of giving compliments appears in Emily in Paris, episode 8 at minute 13:30. In this scene, Louis says to Gabriel, "Beautiful job, Gabriel." Emily also compliments him by saying that the food is delicious. These compliments focus on Gabriel's cooking skills. The women in the scene give most of compliments, which supports the idea that women are more active in expressing praise, while Gabriel simply says, "Oh, thank you," without adding more or returning a compliment. This scene also shows social and power dynamics. As a chef, Gabriel's skills are validated through compliments from others. The praise helps build his confidence and supports his professional identity. Meanwhile, Louis and Emily praises help them to fit into the social environment, especially as someone with less power and experience in the cooking industry. Overall, this shows that compliments are not just polite expressions but also play an important role in building positive relationships and reinforcing roles in social and workplace settings.
Asking questions is an important part of business communication. It is used to get information, clarify instructions, and make sure everyone understands the task. Asking questions also helps avoid misunderstanding and support teamwork in the workplace. According to Language Society and Business Communication, asking questions is influenced by gender and power relationship. Women often ask more questions because questions sound polite and less confrontational. In workplace, questions are also used by people with low power to show respect and avoid conflict when speaking to superior. In Emily in Paris Season 1, there is an office discussion scene where Emily talks with Julian about social media. Emily asks a polite question, "May I ask who is responsible for your social media here?" This question helps understand the work role in the company. From a power relationship perspective, Emily is a junior employee while Julie is a senior staff member. Because of this, Emily asks a question instead of giving instruction or making assumption. Socially, as a woman and a newcomer, Emily used a polite questioning style to maintain good relationship and show respect. This thing clearly shows that asking questions in business communication is influenced by organization power and social expectations. In Emily in Paris Season 1, Episode 1, there is an office discussion scene where Emily responds to her boss' criticism by asking questions such as, "Oh, how so?" Instead of arguing directly, she asks questions to understand the feedback and explain her idea calmly. From a power relationship perspective, Emily is a junior employee while Sylvie is the boss. Because of this, Emily asks questions to show respect and avoid challenging authority. Socially, as a woman and a newcomer, Emily asks questions to maintain harmony and gain acceptance. This scene clearly shows that asking questions in business communication is shaped by social expectation and organizational power. In Emily and Paris Season 1, Episode 1, there is a scene where Lou apologizes to Emily at a cafe after a rude remark made earlier at work. Lou says, "I just want to say I am sorry for this," which shows a clear and sincere apology. From a power relationship perspective, Lou and Emily are colleagues with similar positions, so there is no power difference. This makes the apology voluntary and open. From a social and gender perspective, this scene shows a man apologize to a woman to maintain respect and harmony in the workplace. Overall, this scene shows that apologizing is influenced by social norm, gender interaction, and power relationship, not personal weakness. In conclusion, Emily in Paris clearly shows how language is used in the workplace communication. The element discussed taking and interaction, minimal response, hedging, giving compliments, and asking questions and apologizing help us understand how employees manage interaction at work. Emily, as a junior staff member, often uses polite strategy like asking questions, hedging, and apologizing to show respect and avoid conflict. In contrast, senior staff speak more directly, showing their authority. This case study shows that effective business communication depends on understanding power, social distance, and workplace norms, which reflect what we learn in language society and business communication.